Hello everyone, this is Baduk, and we're back with another game on Fox. It looks like game number 23. Wow. I just got done playing my NAOL game. That's a North American Online League. Had a hard time concentrating during it, so hopefully I can play a good game. It'll be the last game for this league season will be next Tuesday, February 21st. So if you want to check that out and see if I can win one game, you should be sure to do that. The link to my Twitch is in the description of the video. Of this video. All right, let's get into this. Let's see if we can get a game.
Start to play.
All right, looks like I might have a game. I'm white. It seems like it might be a little bit more difficult to get a game now that I have such a record. 0 losses, right? But I think the rank is low enough that they probably don't care too much. I think I like just playing simple here. He has 244 points. Let's keep some outside position and play the diagonal. If he just backs off, we can approach or 3-3 or do something. I guess he could 3-3 himself. Oh, he's going to play this one. This one makes me really, really want to kick and approach. If I Tanuki at this point, he is able to play another move on this side, which would give him a slightly more efficient formation. But because he played this move, it feels a little bit worse for him to Tanuki when I kick here. So it feels like he should extend. And if he doesn't extend, this feels like it would be potentially a little bit good for me. Because normally we do the 2 space here low. If I kick, you do another 2 space. And I'm not getting too much. But since he played high here, it feels like this might be something I can get. Oh, playing really interesting moves. If I play the second line, he still owes another move on the side. But if he plays the second line, he's able to get some end game, but that's about it. So it still feels like I could get a move over here to really bother him. So let's do that. Because I think he should have extended up. I think that was the better, stronger move. He is going to attack. I'm just going to jump out, separate the 2 groups. And here it looks like we are able to potentially attack him on this side. But first we should probably defend the corner. I think that might be simpler for me. Yeah. We can probably just kick and knight's move here. Doing the kick so that he can't slide into the corner. If he takes the corner after this and I extend down to p18, it will make his group weaker. So the kick is just to prevent him from getting extra moves in the corner. If I play high, that gives me more of a potential to attack him. So I think high is the proper sort of move here. Playing low would be fine too. If he just defends himself, then I can probably try to do something to this group. It's an interesting move. So I have a couple options here. But I think the most solid move, since he has potentially 3 weak groups, I think I need to defend my corner. If I play this move at S15, it prevents his 3-3 point from activating and being able to live. And it makes it so I can attack one of these 3 groups without having to worry about any of my stones, except for these 2 stones here. So let's just defend. This is the sort of proper shape here. And he's defending this group while making his other group very, very weak. This is really not good. Everything else was sort of okay-ish. He's just going to make a bunch of weak groups, but this exchange is going to be very bad for him. Of course, I wouldn't Hane on the other side, because this side is more open and has a more eye shape, more eye potential. So hunting on this side is hurting this side more. I can just connect solidly. And you see here that this is an elephant's eye point, and I've completely destroyed uh, the connection that black has here. I guess this peep is potentially helpful for me. So I'm going to play it. It's not giving me too bad of a shape. Oh, he wants to do this, huh? Okay, that should be fine. This is not necessarily good shape for him, because I can do this one now. He has to turn, and he doesn't have any eyes at all here. So it looks like I can just come out. I could attach here to try to get something, but I think just push is fine. After this Hane, if he cuts, I can Atari and net it. Now, there's not really any eyes here yet. I guess I'll just extend here. I don't want to Atari if I'm going to connect anyway. I think the most important side, because my corner is alive, and he's jumping this way to protect this group, which I think is one of the stronger groups. So he already protected it with this attachment here. I think he needed to play something on this side. So even though he can potentially connect up here, or at least threaten to, I need to jump on this side first. This side's the more important side. This is where my weak group is and where his weak group is. Oh, he's playing very, very weak here. Well, he has a weakness, so I can peep at it. But I think I want to play on the side here. I want to try to go as far as his move, because if he invades, it makes it so that I can get some strength on the outside and cut him off. So I want to play here. My group in the upper left is alive with one move, and it seems very difficult to kill it. So seems like I need to jump out one more time. My group in the center should now be perfectly alive. Huh, okay. Not sure what this move is doing. If I Atari here, he connects, and I connect on the outside. If he cuts, I can Atari
Your
down
yoni
and
now
net,
starts.
and there's no way for him to cut this off, so looks like I can just do this and connect. This makes me very, very strong here. He can peep now, but he was already very strong to begin with. This does help his connection a little bit, I guess. But it does mean that I do have this push into this peep to help protect anything on the left side here. It does look like there is some Aji in his area.
7, 6,
So,
5, 4, 3, 2.
I can probably just peep him maybe. Because I want to try to prevent him from getting this jump here if I can. And this move into this one to threaten his base could work. If not, this one should actually be helpful at the very least when he does do this move. So, because when I Tiger's Mouth here, there's a little bit more weakness in his shape. So I could push and cut here. That seems possible. Let's do it. He still has some weakness, so we can try to take advantage of it. And my corner is perfectly alive. He can just clamp here to live if he wants to. So if he does just go back to live right away, then I will play on the right side. Just having this cut in the center should be helpful. Okay. It's an interesting move. I could try to fight here. But as I said, just having this cut is going to be helpful. So I think what I could do is try to attack from here or just play on this side. And let's
9,
just play on the side,
8,
I think.
7, 6, 5,
Maybe his
4,
pincer is
3,
perfect.
2, 1.
So let's do this one instead. A little bit more pressure on the group itself, and then I can approach. It's an interesting move.
8.
He's
7.
going to make some pretty bad shape here if he cuts. But if I Atari and Tiger's Mouth here, I should be surrounding him pretty nicely. And then I could go back and try to fight this if I wish to. I could also try to fight this directly. But I do have this cutting point that's a little bit awkward. So I will just defend. And then it looks like I can try to do something here. If I play this one, it looks like I could go up or I could connect up underneath.
9. 8.
If he
7,
blocks me, I go up.
6.
He
5.
hanes.
4.
I can cut.
3. 2.
This
1.
one's just reading. So it's a little bit
Yoyomi now starts.
not recommended to play this, but it should be fine. This peeping stone should be useful in some way. So, that's interesting. Look, I could wedge here. What he's doing now is he's peeping here. If I extend up, he connects, and then I have a little bit of an issue. So this connection is the key point.
9.
So I should
8.
wedge here, and it also lowers his liberties. So if he cuts here, it's not as big of a deal. If he wants, he can probably capture these 2 stones. Yeah, like that if he wants to. I could Atari here first. If he captures, I Atari, and then I've captured these 2 stones. That could work. If I connect, he does this one. I guess I should. Yeah, let's do that one. He can live here. We just want to try to get some sort of benefit, right? He still can't cut me because he doesn't have enough liberties.
6.
So I guess I will just capture the stones. He still can't cut. As you see, it's just not enough liberties. He's trying to get something extra. I think I just connect. If he connects underneath, then I just Atari and capture the stones. If he goes down, I go down. So he's still getting the same hane. So that looks like it's okay for me. And so it's nothing extra for him. He still needs to make this an I and to make this an I over here.
9. 8. 7. 6.
Yeah, probably a little
5,
too much reading in this game,
4,
but
3.
it was kind of fun. So I can just capture the stone because this is still not an I. Sure. He can Atari. I just connect, and I have 2 eyes. It's trying to do something in Sente, maybe? Maybe prevent me from coming here, right? That makes sense.
9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2.
I think either Hane should be fine here. But this is a good idea. He can cut here. I have to capture the stone. He can Atari here. He could probably extend once if he wants to. But he can Atari here. And then he's secured this eye. But I get very, very strong in the center. And now he just has to go back and live directly. But he can play this Atari first. Because if he captures this, of course, he's alive. But now I don't have to worry about my group on the outside.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
That is not alive. He wants to save himself here, but
9, 8, 7,
so there's two ways to handle
6,
this. I guess
5,
I could Hane
4,
and go on,
3,
or I could extend down.
2, 1.
I'm going to extend down. If he follows up over here, I can kill him in the top left, or top right, I guess. There we go. I guess he's going to Atari and then do this one to make 2 eyes. Okay. I guess that works. Oh well. And it looks like I can just play anywhere I want here. There is Aji on this side, so let's play here first. Oh, wow. That is really weird. So it looks like I can just connect here. He has to capture. And then I just connect on the outside. Okay. So it seems like the bottom left, I guess, is the next big area. Is it difficult? Is it easy for him to attack me? Not really too easy. This looks like it should be something I can handle. So
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
I guess I can just take the corner directly. That should be good enough. Oh. The push is not necessarily Sente, but looks like I'm able to invade on the bottom because I have a lot of strength in the center here. Oh, wow. Making it really easy for me. I can just jump. As I said, I have a lot of strength in the center, so this is a little bit too much for him. These stones are just dead. This is just a ladder. The jump is a common Tetsuji. It's when you can go out, but you're not sure. But like you want to get a little bit more of a good strength, good shape coming out. But I'm very, very strong. I have too much in the center
7,
for that to work.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Oh, he's laughing.
1.
He maybe put a smiley face in the chat, so he's like, "Oh crap, I missed the ladder." Yeah, yeah. That's funny. They don't always respond, like they don't always post stuff in the chat, so it's fun when they do. So it seems like I probably can't invade this area, right? So I want to do the Hane. Because it's a really big move. Oh. So I can clamp still. Yeah, it's very large. I can at least extend once, because the push is very good for me. Okay, looks like I can push. He can't block, because I can Hane. And he can't cut this because I can Atari and kill. Okay. I guess he gave up on reading. But based on his thing in the chat, maybe he will just resign. He's probably like, oh no, what am I doing? Maybe he won't resign. Maybe he'll just let the time run out. But it feels like he would resign based on him sort of being silly in the chat.
7,
It's a little bit funny because like the
5,
ladder, I understand just getting it
4,
wrong because you just weren't
3,
thinking about it. But
2, 1.
this one, he did just let the time run out. Yeah. But this one he should have known better, especially since he knew how to live in the upper right. Like he read this out and he made sure that he could do it, right? So he should have known that. I totally I wasn't even thinking about it. I was like, oh, I think he has to play one more move, but he didn't. This was an interesting little game. So let's look at it really quick. So I actually did a quick review and I sort of realized that my opponent played very well. I think that if they fix a couple small things, they'll probably actually rank up to the Dawn ranks very quickly because I think they were mostly very good in this game. And as a matter of fact, later on, before the mistakes here, if we look at it before my invasion, this position is actually not that bad. And if I look at the score estimate, it says Black's ahead by 20. Of course, me taking one corner is about worth 20 to 30 points. So this isn't quite an accurate estimate, but that means that the game is not that far off for Black. I think the way Black played was actually fairly good. And if they changed a couple things in the opening, I think they would have had a much better position. So if we go back to the beginning here, this sort of shape is actually a very flexible shape. I wanted to try to squeeze it a little bit in the game, which is why I played the approach move here. Whenever you see a weak group like this, it's always good to try to restrict it in some way. However, what white can do, or not white, what black can do, is just this Hane and kick and Tanuki. Now, this group in the upper left is going to be able to live very easily, and there's nothing that white can really do about it. So black can just move on to the rest of the game. And if I just respond, let's do a simple Joseki here. If I just respond like so, I still have a little bit of invasion, but it looks like all of my potential points are in the top, and it looks like black is a little bit faster in this game. So this is the sort of the way to use this sort of shape here, since he wanted to play this way. He could also just approach right away and not exchange anything here. The more moves he exchanges here, if I can end up attacking him, the heavier the group is. With just these 3 stones, he can play away. If I go to attack him too severely, he could give up these stones and try to get something on the outside, like this. Maybe this wall here in the future could be very useful for him. So keeping this as a very flexible group is actually a good option to have in this game. Instead, he wanted to fight directly, but it's a little bit too much in my opinion. And he decided to, like, this move to me tells me he's deciding to sort of give these stones up, but he did not give them up, and he allowed me to make them very heavy. However, I do have a weak group here. So this isn't necessarily a bad fight for black. It's just he has to be a little bit careful. So I do agree with not playing on the top like he did here and making this giant fight, and just taking that side move first and allowing me to try to attack this group, and he can just sacrifice anything he needs to and just get some sort of thing from it. He doesn't even have to save it, as long as he gets fast enough development on the rest of the board. After that, I think he mostly played well, and that he knew which group was likely to be the weakest. He was connecting his stones, and he was able to sort of read out how to survive in this game. So up to here, when he lives, you could say that my position, well, my position was fine, but you could say that I was a little bit greedy in thinking that I could kill the group. I wasn't paying enough attention to his second eye here, So that was just a mistake on my part. Another thing that he sort of messed up on, in my opinion, is playing this Sonrense formation here. So he was able to live with all of his groups, and he actually got some very decent results everywhere. However, the Sonrense is a little bit too wide open. He doesn't actually have any solid territory, and I have a lot of strength on the top. So in order to win this game, he needed to take solid territory. So one thing he could have done is some sort of corner enclosure on the left side. The left side corner is probably the weakest one. He could try to block like this, but this still leaves the corner open. And while this is defending his potential weak group, it's not really doing too much for his points. So what I suggest is either to enclose here or on the other side. Yes, it's still possible for me to invade over here, but if I invade like this and we do the double Hane as black, then this might actually be perfectly fine. I probably actually have to invade this area somehow. So maybe extending and coming here. It's going to be a little bit difficult for me. If I'm able to live, I should be ahead, what score estimate says, but I probably shouldn't allow something like this to happen. So this is the right type of move to play in order to try to win this game. He needs to be more secure and not as open. Maybe he enjoys fighting, and that's why he wanted to play a more open move. But we already did the fighting. I think black was not really that far behind. When he plays this Sonrense formation, it makes it easy for me to invade on this side and invade on this side. And then I have enough strength in the center to invade again. This K4 move did not really accomplish anything. And that's why I said just taking the direct territory is much better. At this point, I am very, very, very far ahead because there's too much space. Now, I also made quite a few mistakes in this game, so if you have any questions about any of my moves, you can just leave a comment, and we can discuss it. But I think that's it for now. So I hope you enjoyed this game, and I hope it was very useful for you. So yeah, have a good day and have fun.